Hi everyone, how are you? So in this opportunity, I'm bringing you the last video of unit number 11, which is called Journeys. So in this part of the unit, we're going to be describing a journey, right? And you're going to be telling a story as well. So the first activity here that we have here is a picture story, right? Similar to what we did in the last video. It says, look at the pictures of Sam's journey. What do you think happened? So here we have image number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Of course, the man that you see there, that's Sam. So Sam had a special story to tell us about a journey he had, right? So try to imagine what happened here. So in the first image, we have him driving his car, right? There's a bag on the passenger seat, right? He doesn't look very happy. Look at his expression, right? And then we have some, what is that? It's like dirt, maybe? Is something happening to the car? Where is he going? Now, here we have image number 2. We have him with the same face, like worried, right? And if you pay attention to the departure board, we have some planes, probably planes, right? Yes, because there are a lot of different cities, right? That had been delayed or cancelled. And he's looking a bit worried, right? We have the check-in area here at the back. Then he looks like he's trying to sleep, right? He's at the seats of the airport probably. There's food in the floor, right? On the floor. A sandwich, a half-eaten sandwich. That looks like orange juice, maybe cups of coffee. There are 2 cups of coffee, right? What about this man? Is he a friend of some? Maybe. And what do we have here at the back? Is that a boy? Maybe, right? It looks like a boy, but like a mean boy. He has like an evil face. He's doing something malicious, maybe, right? And then in the last image, we have him sitting, right? Maybe at the other plane, probably, right? We have the flight attendant there giving instructions. We have the same old man that he had before, right? And what do you see there, right? The kid, the mean boy, is over there. So, what do you think happened in between these steps of his journey? Now, we're going to learn now, right? Because we're going to listen to his own story, and what you're going to do at the same time is that you're going to circle what the correct option in each case to complete these sentences, all right? So we're going to listen and you're going to choose what's the best option according to the story.
Track 21.
Sam.
I was in London at the time and wanted to go to Dublin in Ireland to see my friend Margaret. This was last year. And I had to get up really early to catch the plane. The flight was at 5 in the morning or something. So I got up in the dark and drove to the airport only to see that my flight was cancelled. There wasn't another flight that day or night. So I booked a seat for early the next morning. I spent all day and all night at the airport. It was so boring. At around midnight, I tried to sleep on some free seats, but it was really uncomfortable, so in the end I stopped trying. I was really tired and in a very bad mood by the next morning. The plane finally took off at 9 o'clock, but then an hour later they said the plane couldn't land in Dublin and we had to go to Cork in the south of Ireland. Anyway, I met a lot of really nice people during the journey. We stayed in a lovely 5-star hotel in Cork, paid for by the airline, and we had a lot of fun that night. My friend came to get me in her car the next day, and it was fine. It was a terrible journey, but I also had a really great time.
Okay, so remember that you can pause the video and go back and listen again in case you need it, okay? So let's see. Circle the correct words in the sentences about Sam's journey. So number 1 says he drove to or he flew to the airport. So we know he drove because we saw the picture of his car, right? So the flight was delayed or cancelled. It was cancelled, right? Which is not the same as delay, right? Remember that delay is the concept we use when we said that a flight is late, right? So for example, it was supposed to take off at 1 and it now is going to take off at 2, right? That's delay. The time is not the exact one they told you before, but when a flight is cancelled, that means that that flight is no longer going to any place, right? So what he had to do is that he booked a seat on another flight. He had to buy a new ticket, right? Maybe to um, fly to Dublin. He spent all night at the airport, so he had to sleep there, right? The airport was uncomfortable. I imagine, right? He was trying to sleep on the free seats, he says. So he finally caught the plane to Dublin, right? And the plane took off at 9 o'clock, right? Took off is when the journey is going to start, right? And landed is when you arrive at your destination. So instead of arriving or landing at Dublin, it had to go to Cork, which is in the south of Ireland, right? So he couldn't land on Dublin. He had to go to Cork. He stayed in a 5-star hotel, right? Not a hostel, a 5-star hotel paid by the company. He met a lot of people and he had a great time, right? So what a difficult journey, but he had a great time at the end, right? Despite of all the bad things that happened to him. So now, um, if you pay attention to the story, right, what makes it a very good story is like the fact that Sam at the beginning he describes the context, right? He mentioned when this happened, why he was planning to travel to Dublin, right? How was he feeling, right? He talks a lot about his feelings. He said that he was worried at first, that he was tired, that he was in a bad mood, right? So he expresses his feelings so we can actually feel like we are there, right? He mentions a lot of details and then he wraps up with a very good ending, right? So, of course, now is your turn. So, you're going to think of one of your journeys. I think one is okay. For example, you can choose a time when you missed a flight or a train, or maybe when something interesting happened during a journey, right? When you saw something interesting, maybe you were traveling by metro and you saw something that caught your attention, something unusual maybe, or when you had a very, very long journey. So prepare to tell your stories and think about these questions. When was it? What was the reason for your journey? What happened? And how did you feel? Right? So, what I want you to do is to record yourself telling me the story. Okay? It doesn't have to be a very long story, it can be short, but the idea is for you to be able to answer all of these questions, right? So, I don't want you to record a video, just an audio file, and I'm going to be leaving you the homework section on the Aula Virtual so you can upload your homeworks there. Alright, so let me know if you have any question. I will be giving you feedback as always, and I will see you very, very soon. Okay? Bye bye.